What's up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Sports and Superheroes, the podcast where we talk about sports and superhero entertainment news from the past week. I'm your superhero guy, Sammy, with my co host, Marcus. He's your sports guy. Say what's up to the people, Marcus.
What's up, people? How y'all doing tonight?
Hopefully, we won't have any technical difficulties. I did switch from what I was recording on. I was recording on an old laptop. I'm back on one of my older phones that still work pretty good. So we should be good on this one. Shouldn't be any freezing, hopefully. But if it does happen, it is what it is. This is amateur. We're doing our things. Unless y'all want to start sending us some donations, we can buy some better equipment. Until then, work with what we got. But with that being said, like I said, this is a podcast where we give our opinions on sports and entertainment and superhero news from the past week. You know, two guys talking about things they love, brothers back and forth, having a good time. Y'all here for the ride. So appreciate you being here. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Definitely go check out all our social media. We got TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Even Max knows about it. But yeah, check it out if you could. Max, chill out. I'm telling the people. Um, but we also have voice message. You can send us a voice message. Anything talk about sports, superhero, or anything else. As long as it's not some weird stuff, we're probably gonna answer it. And I checked the voice message. I haven't sent one, so it's open. Send it down. With that being said, Marcus, how was your weekend?
Uh, what did I do? Oh, Saturday was busy. Sunday was pretty chill.
Okay.
Yeah, how about yours?
Yeah, did a little fishing. The daughter woke me up Saturday, said she wanted to go fishing. So we went out fishing. 5 minutes into fishing, she was done fishing. She didn't want to do it no more because she didn't catch something immediately. I was like, baby, that's not how fishing works. It takes time,
Yeah,
patience. You got to be just out here for the joy of it. She was like, no, Dad, I'm ready to go now. Let's shut this down. So, but I made her stay for at least 2 hours. So we got 2 hours of fishing. We didn't catch anything, but apparently right now is not the best time to catch fish. So they say closer to middle of May is a better time when they start spawning and stuff. So we'll try again when it gets closer to that.
what? What made her decide she wanted to go fishing? 'Cause I
I
know
mean, she
you.
likes fishing.
Okay, so I was gonna
She
say I
likes
know
fishing. Yeah,
you've gone fishing before, so that's what's up. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
I'm amazed you got her to stay out there for 2 hours.
yeah. She complained that whole 2 hours though. She complained, but she stayed out there. I had to give her my phone for like 20 minutes so she could watch a show while I
Yeah,
just pretend did my fishing thing, and then she came back and started fishing again. So lesson learned. Lesson learned.
yeah.
But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into our first story.
Uh, I think I teased talked about this a little bit in our last episode about the Portland Trailblazers and the owner and cutting
Oh
costs.
yeah.
So I actually did some research. So Portland Trailblazers new owner Tom Dundon, yes, is aggressively cutting costs shortly after he bought the team for $4.25 billion.
Mm.
Uh, um, yeah, he bought the team of March of this year, and then remember how I said I saw something about how they may not have T-shirts for their home game.
Hmm. Yeah, that was our last clip talking about the t-shirts.
Yeah, and that's any playoff team. When you have a home game, you give T-shirts. It's what you do. I will say, side note, San Antonio, how they did their T-shirt night, that looked awesome on TV because different sections had different colors for their Fiesta.
Mm.
I don't night. So you had one section that was pink, one section that was orange, and one section was blue. It looked pretty dope. It was pretty dope. So shout out to the Spurs. But yeah, Portland owner, you like, nah, we not. That's not what we doing. So it was. yeah, they did not have free T-shirts for the home game for game 3 and 4 in Portland. No
Oh
T-shirts.
wow.
Um, the decision was part of a series of budget cutting moves put in by the new owner. In place of T-shirts, the team gave put down red and black towels on the seats for the fans. So the fans got something. They just want the
Okay.
T-shirt, but as a fan, you expect a T-shirt. The move sparked backlash, and local apparel brand Portland Gear stepped in to give away their own limited Red Hot Rising shirts to the fans. So somebody stepped up. So shout out to the local apparel brand for giving the fans the T-shirts. Also, other cities that were cut, two-way players did not travel to road playoff games. Staff were told to check out of hotels early to avoid fees. I believe I spoke on that on the last episode.
Hmm.
Reduce support staff on the road trips, including team photographers. And then, like I said, cancel the T-shirt giveaway. Uh, so here's the other thing. So we talked about this earlier this year. So Chauncey Billups was the Portland Trailblazers head coach. And then he got in trouble for that whole gambling thing with the mafia in Vegas and the card games. So now they had a interim coach, Tiago Splitter, who's a former NBA player. I know he played for the Spurs. That's the only team I know off the top of my head that he played for. But
Okay.
he's been a head coach since Chauncey got let go, and he's done a good job. I mean, he got him in the playoffs because Chauncey got let go like early in the season, like at the very beginning. So Portland would be in the market for looking for a new head coach.
Okay.
So with them cutting money, says target head coach salary to be no more than 1.5 million. That is really low for the NBA.
Yeah, that seems real low.
Yeah. So maybe that's good for Tiago Splitter because since he's never been a head coach before, then he'll probably maybe he'll get that job because
Hmm.
1.5 million for a head coach, it's a lot of money to us, but NBA that's really low. So
Yeah.
um
Hmm.
what else? Oh, reduce free tickets aliments for staff for home playoff games. So you took away some of the free tickets that staff gets for home playoff games. And then
Okay.
Tom also owns the Carolina Hurricanes. Uh, it's a hockey team. Uh,
Hmm.
the commissioner, Alvin Silver, expressed no concern, suggesting this is a management style rather than financial distress, calling it effective and nodding Tom's successful frugal approach with their Hurricanes. So I guess he has a sounds like he has a history of doing this. But for like the fans and everybody else, it's like you bought the team for four plus billion. Um, if you can't do the little things, perhaps you should not have
Yeah.
bought. I mean, you already own one team. Why don't you just stick to that team and run that instead of come over here and messing it up? So
Yeah. Yeah. That might have been a little bit too much dip on his chip. He doing a little too much. Okay.
yeah, I guess I don't even know what to say. If I'm a fan of the Trailblazers, I will be a little disgusted. So like, okay, well, if you're because anything else in the stadium is not going to change. Ticket prices are still going to be high or higher, and
Yep.
also, playoff tickets cost a lot of money.
They do, and I can't even get a free shirt. That's some
Right?
bull.
Like, the team not providing me for free T-shirt. All this money I'm spending for these playoff tickets. So yeah, man, we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, well, I'll talk about this later about how that series ended for Portland. But yes, I mean,
Mm.
I'm frugal myself, But some things I do splurge on things, but I mean I get it to an extent, but
Yeah, but you gotta show your fans you appreciate them, and he
yeah,
not doing that. Yeah, that's
I
wild.
I guess
And
he's
it,
I guess he's saying you don't be a billionaire with constantly spending money.
I guess so. Jesus. Wow, that's and I know they bring in money. They bring in, but I'm not sure of their overhead. They got cleaners. They got to rent the stadium, or do they own that stadium, or they pay rent to the city or something like that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know how that works,
I
but
mean,
you got upkeep.
yeah, but again, he already knows this because he already owns a team.
Yeah,
So we'll see how it plays out. So
uh, interesting. Okay, okay.
yeah.
Well, speaking of penny pinching, DC is pulling back on some of their projects. So there was a talk of an Authority movie that seems like it's gotten canceled. It's gotten canceled. And if you don't know Authority, they're kind of a ragtag group of guys together. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know them that well. I just remember them from Superman versus the Authority, and they were like kind of anti superheroes trying to fight against Superman and trying to become like the bigger heroes on the planet per se. But they were going about it the wrong way. They have one guy like has a British guy with telepathy powers. Um, and I'm vaguely can't remember any other characters, but that's probably a good thing. Because if I can't really remember them, they probably don't need a movie. Then again, we said the same thing about Guardians of the Galaxy, and that thing is gross out of three movies. It's made a billion some dollars all with all three movies together. So who's to say the Authority movie might not do great? Um, just for right now, I don't remember them per se, but it's no worries because they're not getting a live action movie. They are also had the backlash of people talking about the Lantern show from the last trailer they had, and they seem to be trying to rework it right now. Even though they filmed most of it already, they're kind of trying to tweak some stuff, and it seems like they're trying to put some more green in it. Unfortunately, I don't think they're getting the real gist of what people are saying about the trailer and what they don't like because they put out a new tagline for the TV series, and it says something along only one can wear the ring, which we all know is not true because multiple Earthlings have Green Lantern rings and multiple aliens have rings. So more than one person can wear the ring. It's literally called a Lantern Corps. That means there's a core group of them. So they are hitting and missing on that. It kind of feels like nobody has really read Green Lantern's comic books who's writing on that show. Kind of feels like they're might be messing up with that, but they still have. We think we might see some more Lantern stuff and Superman stuff at Comic Con this coming July. Unfortunately, by then Supergirl will already be out, so there's no real reason to have Supergirl stuff there because Supergirl comes out in June, which is their next big movie. But they did get some positive things coming out with the Clayface trailer. Unfortunately, the Clayface trailer didn't hit as well with other audiences. Like DC proper, DC people, they love it. The rest of the audience, it didn't really shake and move them any much because it didn't get a lot of views on YouTube when they post the trailer. There's not been a lot of chatter about the Clayface movie. I'm a DC fan, so I'm excited for it. But if you're not a DC fan and you're a sports fan, did the Clayface trailer even hit your radar? Or if you're even interested in the Clayface movie. It is going to be the first of its kind, a mainstream superhero property dabbling into horror on a movie stage. Like Marvel has done a little bit of horror in their Moon Knight show, and then the it was a Wolf Among Us or something like it was a werewolf kind of show they did. They dabble a little bit in horror with that, but not too much. But this is the first mainstream superhero movie that is dipping into horror at the same time with a mainstream character that a lot of people know from comics. So that's going to be a very interesting take and see how that does. It's got a low budget and it looks amazing. So I think it might do well. Um, but yeah, right now, DC seems to be trying to figure out where direction they're going to go. And with them being possibly bought out by Paramount, that's going to shake things up even more. So they're just going to be in a rocky road for a couple years now. So we have to see what happens with them. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Are you upset that there's no authority? Did you like the Clayface? Are you interested in Supergirl? And did you not like the Lanterns trailer that much that they really should retool that? I know a lot of Lantern fans and people were excited for the show, and they're still kind of excited, but they do want it to be a Green Lantern show, so you need to have some green. But let us know in the comments down below what you think about those things.
This next story, I've had in my notes for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna stick to NBA this week because I'm interested to see what you think about what this guy did.
Okay.
First, have you heard of a player named Jaden Ivey? I mean,
No.
I was gonna say you probably. I mean, he's a young guy. He's only been, I think, second year in the league. I believe second or third. Anywho, so my team, the Bulls, at the trade deadline, they pretty much traded everybody and pretty much got a team full of guards. What they got Jaden Ivey from Detroit, who when he was in Detroit, it was potential for him that he was going to be a pretty decent player, but then he was injured for most of the season. Then he got traded to the Bulls, played a few games, and then he was like, I'm not the old Jaden Ivey, and he was saying how he's been fighting through mental health and depression and things like that. So trying to give you a backstory.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But at the same time, I'm not making an excuse for what he said.
Okay.
So, so he went on. This was a few weeks ago. So he went on Instagram Live and was talking. He was talking a lot. He was doing a whole lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about the LGBTQ community, NBA players, the NBA, the Bulls, and religion. I'm not going to go into everything he said because it was a lot. And so a few things he said was the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They can proclaim Pride Month, and the NBA, they proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets, unrighteousness. So he was like in an airport or something when he was talking, doing all this talking.
Mm-hmm.
So later in the day, after that comment, Chicago Bulls cut him immediately. They're like, "Oh, this."
He was like, "Nope.
Wait.
Doing too much, my boy."
I can't technically curse for another 10 seconds, right?
You can curse. We good now.
They're like, this motherfucker trip, he tweaking. This motherfucker
I
tweaking.
didn't say you were straight to the F word, didn't you? No hesitation.
Actually, I had another word, but then I realized the platform, I shouldn't say that word. But yeah, all right, this motherfucker tweaking. So Bulls got rid of him immediately. They're like, you gotta go. They cut him saying conduct detrimental to the team.
Mm-hmm.
Hopped on live again. It was like they said your conduct is detrimental to the team. I haven't been with the team. I haven't been with the team because I've been rehabbing. Like I said, he's been injured. He had a knee injury. And
Mm-hmm.
so how's my conduct detrimental to the team? They gonna cancel me, bro. I'm telling you, they don't want this. God is faithful. I hate when people use religion to stand by shit or use the
Yeah.
Bible certain points for their arguments. I and stand behind God religion for the bullshit they be doing. I hate that. I hate that a lot. That's just me. That's just me. He also said, before I came to the Lord Jesus Christ, the NBA was everything to me. I did know God. I did know Jesus. When I came to the NBA, when I came when I came to the NBA, I was a fornicator. I was a pornography addict, and I used to get drunk. That's all I knew. And after a win, I felt good. Lord willing, he gives me an opportunity to play again. And then, like I said, he talked about Steph Curry and Michael Jordan, LeBron James,
Yeah.
about how they win championships and how they not don't believe in God and yada yada yada. So he had
Yeah.
he had a moment. He had a moment.
I know a lot of people said that it seemed like he's having a manic episode. Um, which if that's the case, hopefully he gets the help he needs. Hopefully he sits down and talk to somebody. Um, but if you so righteous, the Lord says, "Love thy neighbor, not lash at thy neighbor." What are we doing? Like, why is not always it's always people preaching about Jesus and talking about we need to stone people and stuff? You never see the people just love people for who they are.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very devastating. Um, yeah, the Bulls weren't playing. They got him out of there real fast. They were
They,
playing okay.
because I'm saying he's like detrimental. Like my guy, you are an employee of the Chicago Bulls,
Yeah,
so what you do is a reflection on them. And
yeah,
also on top of that, you're also a reflection of the NBA. So the NBA probably like, hey, if Chicago even didn't win the
yeah.
cup, NBA was like, hey, Al Silver made that phone call, like, hey, y'all gotta do something. This guy
They like,
tweets.
don't worry, we was ready to step up.
They get that statement out there quick. They get that statement out there quickly.
Like
Um,
you were throwing stones at people that ain't even messing with you.
you know,
They do nothing to you.
try not to compare him to someone else that's done this time and time again because we're both from the same city, but you see what happened to Kanye, man. You can't.
I know that hurts you because that's your boy. I know that
Uh,
hurts you.
yeah, man. And then
Yeah,
I saw something else this morning about Kanye, and um, it was, I would say allegedly, it was a list that he had. He said it was a betrayal list, and it had a list of people that he felt did him wrong, and some of the names on there, I was like, what? I, it was wild. I'll just say,
mm. That was a deep sigh, my boy. That was a deep sigh.
one of the names that I remember besides Kim K, Northwest, I'm like, Northwest, your old child? Like, she's a child. what? What the crazy? It was like Adolf. I was like, Adolf, you never. What? How? What? And it was another name of another person on that list. I was like, Kanye, these people, you've never met these people. They were long gone before you were even
Before you were even existing.
How did these people betray you? I was like, it was weird, but yeah, like you said earlier, manic state. He's another person that goes through manic states and have situations live. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't understand why people always got to put their business on the internet.
It's we didn't used to be those people. We've grown uh, as people to become so open on the internet. Partially for fame and partially because we're all narcissists, unfortunately. And we think we're that important in other people's lives that they need to know what's going on in our lives constantly. It's a human nature.
I'm gonna bring up one more thing since we're still talking about NBA and we talk about people putting their lives on the internet. So
Okay.
you hear the other situation that happened over the weekend?
What?
It seems to be a hot topic. Like,
You talking about Meg?
yeah,
Oh, that was crazy. I don't know. So I heard two different things. I heard he cheated on her, and then I also heard she cheated on him. I don't
yeah,
know which one is true.
I've heard. Yeah, I saw the same thing. Like, she came out first and said that he cheated, and it, I've seen a lot. What's your take on it? First off,
My take is these two people that fell in love real fast start showing the world they love. We got a good song out of it. We got some crazy moments, and then they didn't last. They broke up. So it is what it is. People break up every day, B. People break up every day.
that's a very diplomatic, safe take. I will give you that. It seems from what I've seen or heard, it seems like her fans are upset that people are talking about it. It was like, well, she posted it on the internet and it's news. Like, he could have went if nothing was posted on the internet. They
Nope.
would know. They're like, oh,
Nope.
they've been there for a while. Oh, I wonder what happened. And then if you wanted to, you could say, oh, things just didn't work out. We grew apart. But you post what allegedly happened, people are going to talk. I don't
Yeah.
understand why people post their lives on the internet and then get mad when people comment on it or talk about it. Because a few weeks ago, it was this lady. I don't remember exactly what happened, but her and her husband, it was something between her and the husband, and she got on the internet and talked about it. And then the Pivot podcast was talking about whatever she posted, and then
Okay.
her husband watched the Pivot podcast and he saw what they were talking about and knew they were talking about him and his wife. And then he got upset with his wife. Then she hops on the internet and tells her, "Oh, my husband's now upset with me because the old people on the Pivot were talking." I'm like, whoa. Where's accountability? And you didn't get on the internet telling the world the
They
problem.
wouldn't have had none of that talk about.
I don't get it. People, so yeah,
What is your thoughts on Megan? What's the name breaking up?
I don't care.
Okay.
I,
Hey, I respect it. I respect it.
I mean, it kind of just went along with the topics we were talking about just now, and
Understandable.
I don't care. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't listen to Meg music like that. Um, Clay has not Clay has not been playing well even before he started dating Megan Thee
True.
Stallion.
True.
So,
True.
like you said, people break up every day. B. It's just
Very
I've seen
true.
I've seen a lot of takes. I'm not gonna go there of what I've seen and heard from other people on the next. I think that's a little far, a little crazy. Someone
Yeah,
might smell it, but I'm like, I don't care, man. Just my PSA is you don't need to post everything online. Like
very true.
some stuff,
Some things need to stay personal.
and if you talk about online, you can't get upset when people are talking about it because you put it out there to the world.
You did put it out there. Yeah, very true. Very true. Well, speaking of putting things out there, Prime has put out that they are canceling Gen V. Yes, the first spinoff from The Boys, Gen V, has been canceled after 2 seasons. Um, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. The second season wasn't as good as the first season. The storyline felt kind of chopped up. Then again, one of their main actors did pass away. R.I.P. to him. In the after they had wrote the season, so they had to rewrite the season, but still wanted to pay homage to him, which all respect to them for doing that. They didn't have to do that. They still chose to do that. Respectfully, I give them much respect for doing that. But the season still didn't hit right, and I'm pretty sure it got low views. And it's a business; they gotta have views to keep making the show. Um, One of the stars came out and said she what did she say? I'm probably gonna misquote her, but something along the line of she wanted to say thank you to the fans, thank you for this journey, thank you for taking the time to get to know us, and she had so much fun doing the show. And when she has the right time, she will speak more about it. She said. Um, they did cancel it, but they also let us know that some of the main characters from Gen V will finish out in The Boys season 5, the season that is going on right now. They will be pushed into that to wrap up their story or at least continue their story within this The Boys universe. So that's a good thing. But speaking of The Boys, we had season episode 5 come out today. Mind you, I forgot that I missed episode 3. I skipped over 3 and just talked about 4. Stuff happened in 3, but it wasn't that big, so maybe we'll catch up into another point. But episode 5, this was a great episode. The episode is called One Shots, and they do basically a 1 day shot going through multiple different characters, what they're doing throughout that day. They start off with Firecracker. I think that's her name. Let me make sure. Yeah, Firecracker. So they go through her, and they they're still on this kick of making Homelander God, and she's just putting out bullet points of how the church is doing good, the Democratic Church of America, how that's being the people are taking it in. They're starting to like it. Is up 22%. That they're working on getting more churches across America to switch over, but that we will need other superheroes to kind of protect the inner cities when they do that switchovers. The rural areas won't be such an issue, but the inner cities they might fight against us. And Homelander tells her, "All right, well, we'll get the international superheroes that we sent internationally to come back home and fight for America." And he used a horrible line of, "They don't need to be protecting somewhere. Fuck to." He said some Trump stuff. He really did. And the boys is like they've been hidden this whole season from the Doja Boys to making some radical dictator be the god of the world now. They've been hitting on all cylinders on the things that have been happening in real life right now. Where this was supposed to be satire, it is just reality now, which is sad and so depressing. But the boys are hitting it perfectly. But we continue through her day. She talks to her old pastor. Her old pastor is telling her, like, hey, we don't want to switch over to this church that you're making, but we don't have the money either. So if you could get them to calm down and give us a pass, and she's trying to figure out a way to smooth it over with Homelander to not let her make that church switch because that's her church. And they end up making her say this incredible, horrible stuff about her home church and her home pastor on her TV show, calling him a pedo and saying that he didn't do nothing to her, but he heard stories and he was doing that to other people, and totally disowned that home church. And you can see it was tearing her apart, and it shows a lot of other Republicans that were on the side of Trump when he first started, and then started seeing what he was doing, and then slowly backed off of him. Is like, you are just a terrible person, or you're not good for this country. And they pulled away from him, and he's ostracized them. And she was going through that same kind of emotional turmoil. Like, I don't know, what was it? There's a white lady that really loved Trump, and she was on his side, and he started doing something. And when the Epstein files came out, she started like, "Why are you not letting this be seen, and why you're not helping these victims?" And she kind of pulled away from Trump, but then Trump totally denounced her, and now she out there on her own. I forget her name, dang it, but
Yeah, I know you talking about.
yeah. So like, Firecracker is going through the same kind of situation right now. It's crazy. But then they did Firecracker, they do Black Noir, they do Terror, Butcher's Dog. His is just him humping his Homelander dog, and he's with the boys, and they're talking about how they're going to try to kill Homelander. And there's a moment where um, Huey's talking to Butcher, and he's like, "Look, fine. If we find some V1, we'll let you. I'll give you some so you can save Chemical and Starlight." So you can see Butcher kind of softening up, but he's like, "Look, I'm gonna die though. I'm okay with dying. But if you want to save those two, that's fine." It shows he still has some heart there, but he just being cruel. And MF is like talking. They wonder why he's so cold right now. He's like, "Look, I've already realized that I'm dead. I have nothing really to live for. My family's better without me, and only thing that would really hurt me is me knowing that I possibly can see them again. I don't need that because I need to be here to be able to do what I need to do with you guys." And it's a real big moment. They also have huge uh, guest stars in this episode. They had Seth Rogen, who actually is a producer, executive producer of The Boys. He's the one that kind of brought The Boys to light. Um, Kumail Nanjiani, he was in this episode as himself. Will Forte is in this episode as himself. Craig Robinson is in this episode as himself. Christopher Mitz-Flitz, I don't know how to pronounce that man's name. The dude that played McLovin, he's in this episode as well. Um, they also had, oh, what is his name? Dang it, I don't know what that guy's name. I'm sure. They had the guy from Supernatural who Jay Jensen Alkins, he plays his brother in Supernatural. He brought him on the show because the guy that also helps write this show did Supernatural, so he's bringing a lot of Supernatural people on. They also had the other guy from Supernatural on, so they got on. They both got killed. Like Seth Rogen, Craig Robinson, Will Forte, they all got killed in this crazy way. It was awesome, but it was weird. And I'm starting to not want the gruesomeness of The Boys. Because there's been a couple episodes where it haven't been real gruesome. So you forget they go that gory. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, dang, I forgot about that. But it was a really good episode. It does end with Homelander pretty much killing Firecracker. Like opens up to him like, "Hey, I believe in you. I've always thought you were a god to me. You're a great man on earth, and I'm only wanted you to see that I love you and you to see me." And they did that moment where Homelander seems like he like, okay, I understand what you're saying, and he just takes her head and smashes through a statue and kills her. And that's the fear everybody has with Homelander, because at a second he can just kill you because he's that powerful and that crazy. He's a psychopath. This man is a blatant psychopath. The strange thing in this episode, though, Soldier Boy actually protects Homelander, because there was a moment where they knocked out Homelander and they could have killed him, and Soldier Boy protects him. I don't know why Soldier Boy is doing that. He's never really showed any real reason to want to protect Homelander or care about Homelander, even though Homelander is his son. He's never shown that, and in this he has. And I don't know if he wants him to get the V1 to become immortal, because Soldier Boy is already immortal. I'm not sure, but it's got me really interested in the next episode now. But they know who they think they know who has some V1 bomb site, I think his name is. So they're all on the lookout for bomb site. So that's going to be a pretty much next episode of them trying to find this guy and get the V1. But right now, it's still good. Season 5 is not as good as season 1 or 2, but it's good. It's building up to a climax. In this season alone, we've seen Homelander go down twice where he could have been killed. So they're really foreshadowing him getting killed at the end of this, and we'll see if they actually do it. But you let us know if you like this episode. Did you watch it? What do you think? Are you a boys fan, or are you just going to stick to the comics? After this season is up, I'm going to go back and read the comics and see the changes they made with the comics from the show. But yeah, really interested. Let us know in the comments.
How many seasons of The Boys is there?
5. This is the 5th season. This is the 5th and final season. So
Okay.
they have two spin-offs coming. One called Vault Rising and another one called The Boys Mexico. So
I might, and I say this highly, the might is the operative word. I might jump into that this summer, because once basketball season is over, I try to find a show that I binge watch to come and get into. So
do you have Prime?
yes.
Okay, it's on Prime. If you, I will say this: if you watch either one, watch season 1 of The Boys and watch season 1 of Invincible. I think they're both like 8 episodes, both seasons. I think. Then after that, if you still want to watch one, keep going. Then we could go, but we can talk about it on a podcast for one of the episodes. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Because usually, like the past summers, because my grandma, she got me into watching Chicago Fire, Chicago Med on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
So this last summer,
now you a junkie on them shows, ain't you?
yeah. No, my grandma put me on, and I still watch it. I mean, she's no longer on this earth, so it is one thing I consistently still do, because it just reminds me of her. I was like,
Yeah.
So I still watch it with her, and I talk to her as I watch it. So
I can understand that.
yeah, last summer I went back to season 1 of Chicago Fire and tried to catch up. Like I made some headway, because there's a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
And after the summer, like this past winter, I canceled my YouTube TV because like I don't watch it. I'm not using it.
Yeah.
Busy during the week so. Anywho, NBA playoff basketball. So unfortunately, last week you had Wemby that went out with a concussion. He was able to come back in game 4. He was not happy about how the NBA handled that. He didn't
Mm,
go into details, but he was like, but he was like, I'm not happy how they handled that. Like, I got cleared by the Spurs doctors. Because the rule is you got to be out for 48 hours. He was like, I felt fine after 48, but they still let me play
mm-hmm.
in game 3. So he was not happy about that. Unfortunately, because I wanted to watch the playoffs for 2 reasons to see 2 people play basketball. It was Wimby and my man Ant. Ant is out for several weeks. He hyperextended his knee. They say he has a bone bruise, so he's going to be out for a couple of weeks,
Mm.
and they need him. And then in the same game, Dante Vincenzo, I know I butchered his last name, he ruptured his Achilles in the
Mm-hmm.
very game. And just like he was going to run, take off, plant that foot,
Yeah.
I only win. So at this
Mm.
point, that's happened at least for the last 2 playoffs for sure. But now is starting to become a theory now. Is the number 0 a bad number to wear?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh yeah.
Dame tore his Achilles last month.
Yeah.
Number 0. Tyrese Halliburton tore his last year in the finals. Number 0. Tatum. And now Dante.
Yeah.
All number 0, all in the playoffs. So it's starting to seem. Have you ever heard the Madden curse?
I remember the Madden curse. You get put on the cover of Madden, you get hurt that next season. Yeah.
Starting to look that way for the number 0s.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately that's happening. So yeah, let's go through some of these playoffs games. Surprisingly, I am really surprised, but Orlando leads the Pistons 3 games to 2. Detroit just won tonight, 116-109 to win the second game. So uh, yeah, game 6 is Friday, May 1st. Prime Video. I don't like it, man. I don't like these games on Prime Video. I will say it is crispy and quiet, but I don't like it. But yeah, I did. I thought the Pistons would have beat Orlando pretty handily, but no, Orlando's been balling. Tonight, Cade Cunningham had 45, and Pablo Banchero also had 45. So uh, if the Pistons going to win this, they they gotta give Cade some help on the offensive end because it's like he's just out there doing it all by himself. And
Hmm.
though, like, I know Pablo had 45, but he's getting a little more help on our offensive end. Um, Cleveland and Toronto. Cleveland leads that series 3 games to 2. Game 6 is on Friday as well. Cleveland won tonight by 5, 125-120 to take the 3-2 lead. Typically, the team who wins game 5 usually wins the series. So if
Okay.
you're a Cavs fan, that's good news. We'll see what happens. Uh, I gotta say, these playoffs have been pretty good. Everything is close for the most part. The Knicks are leading Atlanta 3 games to 2. The Knicks just won last night. They play again tomorrow night on ESPN. That's been a back and forth. Uh, that can go either way. I don't know how to call it. I mean,
Hmm.
exciting. Speaking of injuries, Embiid came back on Sunday for Philly. Boston leads that series 3-2. Their next game is tomorrow. Last night, Embiid he went off last night.
Mm.
many points did Embiid have? He had, oh my goodness. Where is it? What's he have? I know Boston had difficulty guarding the way. He had 33 points last night.
Mm.
9 for 10 free throws, 12 for 23 on field goals. And yeah, 8 assists. Um, yeah. So at first, when he first came back, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be helpful. It might mess up the flow because
Hmm.
playing good team ball with Maxi and Edgecombe. But when healthy, Embiid is one of the best players in the league. He's a MVP.
Yeah,
So
very
yeah,
true.
yeah. When he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league. But that's the problem. He's rarely healthy. So yes, that's been decided. Oklahoma's swept Phoenix. Um, yeah. So they're going to the next round. That so it was one game. Devin Booker was saving the ball from going out of bounds. He was going, threw it back. Uh, long story short, he ended up getting a technical. And it was crazy because it was not a play you should have got technical for because he was just saving the ball. Caruso just walked up for the Thunder. He's like, "You can't kill him. He threw a ball at him. That's a tech." And then they ended up giving him a tech. And then it came out that one of the referees was wearing SGA shoe. I was like, hold on, wait, this is like a conflict.
That does seem. I mean, as referees, don't they get like uniform shoes?
I think they just got to wear a black shoe. So
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
black SGAs. I'm like, that's not
That's
good.
definitely that's definitely a conflict of interest right there.
Seems that way. Surprise for me. Lakers are leading the Rockets 3-1. I did not see this coming. I mean, KD has missed 2 games, but there's no Luca, there's no Austin Reeves. Just
Yeah.
LeBron and apparently Bronny. Bronny's been getting some PT.
They did the first father son alley oop in NBA history. So Bronny done got into the history books. There you go, Bronny. Get in the books.
When I say this, I promise I'm not hating, but I wish Bronny was not on the Lakers. But let me explain why. Because I think if he was on a different team, he probably he, okay. If he was on a different team, and if that team was a playoff team, he probably wouldn't be playing in the playoffs. So by playing
Yes,
on
of
the
course not.
he's getting some playoff time. But I think if he
Of
was on a different
course.
team, he would develop better or faster. I think because I think he would get more playing time because like being on Lakers, there's more pressure. Yes, he has his dad there to show him, and his dad has been in the league for 20 years. But I just think that it wouldn't be as much pressure, and he would be able to play more relaxed, so to speak.
Hmm.
Because I went to the game where they came to Milwaukee, and he actually started that game. He didn't play that many minutes, but it was a few shots. Like, granted, this was early on in the season as well, but he would be like open, and he wouldn't. He didn't take the shot. He passed it. But I will say, the few minutes I have seen him play in this series, he was playing well. He drive, kick the ball out to the open man for a three. I saw him knock down the three. So I mean, he's looked decent. So shout out to Bronny.
Hmm.
And that's as
Hmm.
far as I'm gonna go. I'm not saying anything about his dad, but shout out to Bronny.
Okay.
Um, Minnesota is leading Denver 3-2, and they play again tomorrow. Like I said, and is out, Dante is out. At this point, I fully expect Denver to win this in 7. because my guy Ant isn't playing. That makes me sad. He's my I wasn't he's my favorite player currently in the league. Like
Yeah,
I love how Ant plays.
that is 30 points they gonna need. So
Yeah, I love the way he plays. And then I guess my other favorite player, Wimby. They beat Trailblazers for the 4 games to 1. Uh, this is the Spurs' first playoff series win, and I believe in 9 years.
oh wow, almost 10, double digits.
Yeah, so they move on to the next round. They're waiting to see who they'll play between Denver and Minnesota, and then the Thunder will waiting to see who play against the Lakers and Rockets. So most likely it'll probably be the Thunder versus the Lakers in the second round, and I'm suspecting the Nuggets versus Minnesota. I mean, no, the Nuggets versus San Antonio. And I think the only team, the team I feel like it has the best chances of knocking the Thunder out would be the Spurs. If the
Okay,
Nuggets, uh, well, I feel like I, those two teams will be rivalries for years to come. OKC and San Antonio Spurs, in my opinion, because they both have young talent and both of their teams
true.
are deep. They have a lot of players, uh, not just their stars, but they have players on the bench that can hoop as well. And Chat and Wimby has a kind of a rivalry already. So yeah, and yeah, that's the East. I don't know how that's going to go. All these, like I said, every series in the East is 3-2, so it's not as clear cut as it has been in the West.
Yeah, is it weird that nobody got swept besides one team in the first round? Being that it's usually like ones playing against sixes.
Yeah, it's all about matchups.
Okay,
'Cause, yeah, I mean, yeah, OKC, you kind of expect that because Phoenix slipped into the playoffs, and then the Spurs and Trailblazers, you kind of expect it. But like some in the East, like I said, I didn't expect Orlando to be putting up a fight or even leading the series at this point.
yeah, because I thought Detroit was like number one.
Yeah, Detroit's number 1 and Pistons at number 8.
Mm,
They was in the play-in.
okay. Oh wow. Yeah.
I did not expect that. Like Cleveland, Toronto, like, okay, that could go either way. Hawks and Knicks, I expected the Knicks to win that like pretty easily, but it's not happening. And then
Mm,
Philly and Boston, I kind of expected Boston to win that easily, but okay, now you got MBE back in the mix, so that can definitely flip. I mean, Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum is like, okay, they've been playing well, but yeah, like I say, this is what's making it more exciting because it's not going. It's
true.
on one
True.
sweep. Yeah, one sweep and what's called a gentleman's sweep because Portland won 1 game, so they go to
Yeah.
the finals. So it makes it for exciting playoffs for the NBA. So yeah, and now again, unless I won't say that, but yeah, I don't think anyone, unless you're a Lakers fan or a big LeBron fan, expected the Lakers to be up 3-1 on Houston because no Austin Reeves and no Luca. You wouldn't. So yeah, it's been an interesting
Yeah.
playoff.
Right now, the Lakers are
Losing
they're
now
losing
by 1.
35-34. Yeah.
Yeah,
6 minutes left before halftime.
yeah.
So it would be because KD is out for this playoffs, right?
I believe he's out for this game because like he missed the first game, and then he played. He was out, and Doesn't look like he's playing tonight either. So I think he had
Okay.
a right knee issue, I believe. That's what's going on with him.
So the Rockets would have to win three in a row.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
saying it's impossible, but it's
Nah,
very.
he can kind of say it's not gonna happen, especially with no KD. I don't see it happening. So
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, let's
All
see what
right.
happens in the playoffs.
Well, speaking of crazy odds, what are the odds that you saw the Spider Noir new trailer? Yes, Sony, who is releasing through Paramount this show, put out a new trailer for Spider Noir, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I like it. I like it a lot. I was already in because it's Spider Man and I love Spider Man, even Spider Man adjacent characters. But technically, this is a Spider Man. He's supposed to be Ben Riley as Spider Man, and it's in like the 1960s, I want to say. Um, but we got to see the second trailer, and we find out that he has organic webbing. Not only does he have organic webbing, he has black organic webbing. So a lot of people are like, why is it black? This shouldn't be black. Apparently, when Spider Noir first came out, he didn't have powers, but then they did give him powers and he did have black webbing. So later on, it changed to regular white webbing like the other Spider Man, but he had black webbing. And I think that is a cool feature to put into this show. Clearly doing on the run of comic books where he has black webbing, so that works out. I feel like I said black webbing a lot, but I'm probably gonna say it again. But as you know, Nicolas Cage is playing Spider Noir, and of course, Nicolas Cage has a interesting acting ability. He really goes for it in the weirdest ways, but it works out. And he looks like he's just having a ball in this. The trailer looks good. We get some web swinging from Spider Man. That looks good. We get a look at an old timey Sandman, what he would look like in the 60s. And I believe we got Electro in there too. Is going to be one of the villains, and it's basically from what I've seen in the trailer and read a couple things is that Spider-Man stopped being Spider-Man for a while, and now he's coming back to be Spider-Man, and he's trying to get his footing again. It seems like, but I'm 100% in. I think this comes out in May. Let me double check, but I think it comes out next month. So we will be reviewing that, talking about episodes when that comes out. Let me see, TV show. Let's see. Yeah, May 27th. So, so it's 1930s New York, even farther back. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm digging it. I'm interested to see how they do this. I, I I never really got into Spider Noir. He seems like a cool character, but now we get deeper into it and see how it works. And then we can see somebody else do a Spider show. Um, Only people that have done Spider shows have been Marvel, seeing that this is a Sony property because Sony owns the live action rights to Spider Man um, and other Spider Man characters. This is going to be interesting to see, and especially since it's on Prime Video. That's a whole new world for them to do that with too. So we'll see how the ratings go for Prime Video. But speaking of Marvel, the last episode, well, not the last, but the most recent episode of Daredevil came out, Daredevil Born Again. Episode 7, the title Optics. As you know, we left off in episode 6 where Karen got arrested by the task force. So in this episode, we start out with her getting booked and all that stuff, fingerprints and everything. and she gets locked up, and then she gets a visit from the Kingpin, and the Kingpin is like, "Look, you've been harboring Daredevil, you've been helping terrorists. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal." And she looks at him like, "Hmm, I've never seen you scared. I think I like this." And he grabs her by the throat through the bars, and he says, "This is not scared. This is not fear. This is order." The Kingpin is about to unleash hell on New York. He is going crazy. He done lost his wife. He about to rip the city apart in his own special way. But Matt finds out that Karen's in jail. Cherry tells him that we do have people at that precinct, and the guy that comes to talk to I just blanked on her name, Karen. Her name's Karen. Not I said Carrie. Karen. Um, I think he was on the last Daredevil show before Born Again started. I vaguely remember him, but I'm not sure. But he seems like an old face that she remembers, and then he's like, "Look, I can only do so much to try to help you." He ends up giving her like 2 minutes to be able to talk to Matt, and they both agree, like, "Look, you can't break me out of jail. I need to go through this trial with Kingpin. It's gonna be on a big stage. This is my chance to really get evidence against him and really show people who he is." And they both agree, like, "Yeah, you need to go there." But then Matt goes, "I have one card to play. I can come in and be your co-counsel in this trial." And they're getting back to Daredevil being in the law in the courtroom. That's part of Daredevil. He is a vigilante superhero at night, but a lawyer by day. And we want to see him do his lawyer thing. And in this episode, we get back in the courtroom, which is something they kind of pulled away from. They've gotten back to it. You get Matt Murdock coming in and everybody being surprised that he's there because he has been missing, unbeknownst to everybody else. He's been missing since the task force raided his apartment and tried to capture Daredevil and Punisher at his apartment. He's been missing since then. And Fisk has kind of planned this. He planned to use Karen as bait to get Matt to come out of hiding, aka Daredevil, for some sinister plan he has, and they're kind of working right into his plan. But it was really good to see Matt do his lawyer thing again. Um, that's what you want to see Matt Murdock do. The trial is probably going to go bad because they got it rigged. They try to do this that vigilante trial where they got three judges and they're trialing vigilantes and under this new streetwalker rule or something that the Kingpin made up. Matt does talk to Bullseye and tells him, like, "Look, you said you wanted to do one thing to redeem yourself. This is what you can do." Matt eventually tells Bullseye to go protect the governor because he found out that the Kingpin plans to kill the governor to stop her from taking him from power. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But the Kingpin trying to stay in power. We also get another visit from Jessica Jones in this episode. She tells Matt, like, look, I came to do what I came to do. She actually came to stop Charles, who sent people to her house to get her. She came to tell him to, like, stop it, don't do this, or I will kill you. Don't send your goons after me or my daughter, or I will kill you. And that's when we learned that Charles knows where Luke is and is somehow keeping him from coming back to New York. So that's how he's keeping Jessica Jones under control by dangling that he controls Luke and you can't have Luke. So that's a whole nother aspect of this that we're interested in finding out about, which we hopefully see soon. But she told him, "I'm gonna kill you if you don't stop messing with me." And he says, "All right, I'm not gonna mess with you, but now my target is the Kingpin. So you got a break from me for right now." We end the episode off on what happened? Dang it, I just blinked on what happened. Oh, what happened? Oh, so after the first week of trial, Matt leaves the case, leaves the courtroom, and of course, the task force goes after him. They try to kill him. They shoot him in the leg. He gets shot. They get away though. Um, and then what happened? Dang, I'm drawing blanks. Hold on, give me a second. I just watched it today. I got a lot of stuff going in my head. What happened at the end of this episode? Oh, that's what happened. How did I forget that? Um, I just realized, and the big death in this episode is Danny. Danny, is it Danny or Daniel? Daniel, the guy that works for Fist, who's been feeding information to BB, the reporter, but not on purpose, but accidentally. He grows a pair and doesn't let her turn her over to Buck because Buck wanted to get her because he knows she's a leak and he was gonna kill her. He eventually doesn't turn her over to Buck and tells her to run, get far away, don't go anywhere. I would look for you, or he would look for you. But he does still go and meet Buck, and I don't know why he went there without a weapon or anything, but he went to meet Buck, knowing Buck's a killer. Buck's a killer. He gonna kill you. And he stands at the Buck, was like, "Yeah, she's not coming, and I'm not telling you where she is." And Buck commits to beat him, trying to get the information out of him. Eventually, Buck's like, "No." I mean, eventually Daniel's like, I don't really know where she is." And Buck's like, "All right, well, I'm sorry I had to do this. I didn't take any pleasure in this because I think Buck started to actually like him. He ended up shooting Daniel in the head, and Daniel's dead. Um, and then we leave off into going more into the trial to see how Kingpin is going to flip this and try to get Karen um, found guilty of all these crazy charges. And it's going to be interesting to see. Next episode is the season finale. Because if you didn't know, there's supposed to be a season three. They're filming it right now, which is spoiling everything for this season because you see who's on set and filming. So you know they made it for the next season. So that's a little upsetting. But yeah, apparently this season isn't doing great in the ratings and it's not getting a lot of talk about, which sucks on two accords. Marvel not getting back in their TV bag and doing a better job with that. They're still trying to get back on track with their TV and movie stuff. That's why they reduced how much stuff they were putting out this year. But this also hurts Sony because this Daredevil show leads right into a Punisher streaming movie, which leads into the big movie of this year. This one of the big movies of this year from Marvel slash Sony, which is Spider-Man Brand New Day. So if people are lacking interest in these two projects, Daredevil Born Again and Punisher Last Stand, I forget what it's called, are they not going to be as excited for Spider-Man's movie? I can tell you, in my opinion, I'm still going to watch Spider-Man because that's my shit. Love me some Spider-Man. So I'm going to see a Spider-Man movie, and if it's real good, I might go see it twice. But let us know in the comments how y'all feel. Do you think this is a terrible lead up to Spider-Man? Or do you think it's going to affect Spider-Man's box office? That Spider-Man trailer was pretty dope. It looked pretty good, but they've attached a lot of Daredevil and Punisher to this Spider-Man. And being that these two franchises are not doing good right now, will it hurt the Spider-Man franchise? Let us know in the comments down below.
All right. Well, that is our episode for this week. Like and subscribe this episode. Hit the link in our description for all of our social medias. I want to say, speaking of social media, shout out to you, Sammy. That A Train clip.
Oh yeah,
Numbers. So
it did do numbers.
need to like that. I was on there. I'm like, oh, So shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Link in description on our socials. You can leave a voicemail if you like. Uh, yeah, ask us a question, get our opinion, or as you see, sometimes we try to stick to sports and superheroes, but sometimes we go off topic. And
Yeah.
I clearly did that tonight. And we get, although that was kind of related to sports, but anywho,
It was. We still attach you to it.
I mean, sometimes finds a way to web it back together.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Marcus.
But yeah, thank you for watching another episode. Like Sammy always say, just two friends catching up. We really do catch up when we do these episodes.
We do.
Thank you for hanging out with us for another episode. We'll see y'all again next week. Peace.
Peace.